You got my cigar boogie going.
Yeah.
It's not loud enough. Crank it up, baby. Crank it up.
It'll come in. Give me a second. It'll come in.
What? Why are you so cheap with the song? Ben, this is Cigar Boogie. I don't know if you know this, but my favorite cigar manufacturer also is a pianist. He actually was the private pianist for who was that dictator? That
I don't know.
it could be
You should know
probably
the
your
story. You say it all
father-in-law.
the time.
No. It was the Shah. That's who it was. It was the Shah. So Avo was the
Really?
Yes, yeah. He's a very interesting, unique guy.
Yeah.
I
I'm
bet
sure
him-
there are stories there.
Oh yeah. Well, I met him several times. One of the times I met Avo was at his 75th no
10 seconds. 10 seconds.
anniversary, I think it was. So, anyways, he handed me a CD, and this was on it called Cigar Boogie. So I like it.
Nice.
So I got a 4-side. The kind of industries that are opening up.
This is Local Biz Now with Joe Vagnone, where your business matters. Local Biz Now.
You have to determine what is working, what isn't working.
Joe Vagnone is a respected business broker, helping individuals buy and sell businesses. Joe has successfully owned and operated many companies in a variety of industries. This is Local Biz Now. Because your business matters.
And this is Local Biz Now. I am Joe Vagnone. You are listening to the #1 talk business show in all of North Carolina. Let me prove it to you. This is News Talk WSIC 105.9 FM, 100.7 FM, 1400 AM. This is Local Biz Now, going strong for over 10 years. We have interviewed well over 800 small business owners and community leaders. We have well over 400 videos on my sexy YouTube channel, brand new. We have 68 subscribers. I'm shooting for 100. I need some more subscribers. Go to Joe Vagnone, Business Broker. A lot of tips, a lot of value, a lot of information, and a tremendous amount of data is on there with all of our interviews, and this week will be no exception. We're also live on the book, so you may go to WSICnews.com, or you can go to the book and see us live. We are going to be live nonstop. So if my co-host says something inappropriate, inaccurate,
It'll be captured.
That's right. I will have it on tape to be able to.
It'll be the first time I get canceled. Is that it?
I'm saying that because most of you probably remember my co-host. He will be with me for the entire month, Ben McDonald. And we are pleased and happy to have Ben here. You might have known him from a wealth management business. It was a really bad title. I'm glad
Let's
I no
say
longer...
it was an inherited title. All right.
I'm glad I no longer have to describe that because they have a new business title called Whoa. Wait a minute. I want you to say it, Ben. I want you to say it with a little bit of attitude. This is your new company title. I don't want to be the one to say it. I want you to say it with a little bit of... Are you ready?
I'm always ready.
Let's do it,
I'm
buddy.
always ready. Yeah, so it's called Destination Wealth Advisors.
Destination Wealth
right.
Advisors.
Yep.
Now we need a tagline. We got to come up with a tagline for the business.
And it can't be your business matters.
Those of you that are listening, Ben McDonald, I pick on him because you're old hat to the show now, buddy. This is your second or third co-host.
I think third time hosting. Plus, we did the summer event last year.
That's right.
And
That's
then
right.
I've been a guest
event.
a couple times. So,
That's right.
Yeah.
And you also are an expert. Those of you that are now on the book know that we got high tech going on here at the show. So you can see I clicked on your podcast, which is anything but typical. You have over 19,000 downloads.
Yeah. Yep.
You've been doing this for a while. You've been doing podcasts before podcast was cool. Am I right?
Yeah, so I had my own for a few years, and then I joined up with Gary Fry. He's my co-host, and we've been doing Anything But Typical for 3.5 together. So I think 6-7 years I've been doing it. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
And not as long as your show. 10
That's
years
right,
on
that's
here
right.
is impressive.
Don't think you're going to get the title. Now, let me be clear about that. But I do encourage people to go to Anything But Typical. It is a great website. The people you're interviewing are exceptional people that you're just not going to run into in the street.
Yeah, we just had the founder of Reebok on for back-to-back episodes, which was really interesting because it's this UK guy that goes through the whole experience of starting up from his dad's shop after the war to building this international brand. So we've had some really cool conversations on there.
And I know you didn't bump into the Reebok dude, so it's your partner that's running into these people. Is that what's happening?
Yeah. So Gary knows everybody. It's unbelievable what his network is. He's just impacted so many people that it reciprocates. So he's brought on a lot of people that I wouldn't have had access to otherwise.
Right.
Yeah.
So I do encourage people to go, and that's why I can pick on you because I know you can handle it.
Yeah.
You've been
I wouldn't
around
keep
the block.
coming back otherwise.
That's right. That's right. So Ben McDonald, thank you so much, buddy, for being here. I really do appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
Let's go back. Describe to everybody what your business is all about.
Yeah, so Destination Wealth Advisors is a comprehensive wealth management firm. And people use comprehensive, holistic all the time in the wealth management, financial advising space. So what that means to us is we want to be the experts for our clients. It used to be the clients are the general contractors, right? They're connecting the advisor with the CPA, with the estate attorney. And the way that we have it is we can serve A to Z, and we've got a partnership with a CPA firm. We've got partnerships with estate attorneys. So now the client can come to us, and we are taking them through everything they're going to need. That's the way we do it. It's more tax planning, estate planning, investments. It's really the full holistic thing that you should be getting compared to if you go to a wirehouse and you just get some cookie cutter investment plan that is the same as everybody else.
So you sent Julie an email before the show and said you had a few changes. Few might be an understatement.
A few
right?
zeros.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Because your company went from managing assets of around $6 million to over $500 million.
Yeah. In 2 years.
Yeah. Congratulations, buddy.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
So walk me through how does that happen? Because when you sent me an email, you talk about bringing in some Merrill Lynch teams, some Edward Jones teams, and I'm thinking, how you do that? Do they still keep their tags, their brands, and come with you? Walk me through that process.
Yeah. So I think it's just my winning personality. It's just attracting people.
I believe that.
No, so the way that it happens is these advisors come and join our company. So now they are advisors, and some of them are partners of Destination Wealth. So they don't stay at Merrill Lynch or Edward Jones. They actually leave their current setup, come over, clients follow them, and they get restarted under our brand is the way that we've got it set up.
So how many partners do you have now? How many guys you got working with you now? Excuse me, guys and gals. I apologize.
Right. That's right. So our company has 13 people full-time internally. A little over half of those are advisors, and then we've got like portfolio manager and assistants and CPAs, things like that. So that's what we have right now. We've got locations in California, Hendersonville, Charlotte, Lake Norman, Raleigh, and Myrtle Beach.
Was it your intention to create this large operation when you started this? I mean, was that the goal?
It was. So when I was originally at Edward Jones, and that's where I started the wealth management career for myself. And when I was leaving, there was a fork in the road. I could go the direction I went, which is take over a fledgling firm, build it, and have this be this high growth type company. Or could have gone on my own, brought over some clients, made it a lifestyle business, made some good money, but had a really good balance. And I wanted to go this growth side. It's just the ability to impact people, the ability to build something that I think our industry needs, and the just fun of being able to go through the process of doing all this was too enticing for me to pass up for a lifestyle business.
You know, it's so funny that you can
look in your mind's eye and clearly define the differences, right? The options. Most people miss that point.
Yeah.
And the fact that you do it for yourself leads me to believe you're probably pretty good at doing it with your clients as well.
Yeah, I think that's one of the strengths, and it's easy to do it for other people, but when I learned to also take the time to do it for myself, like for example, when I was making this decision, I took 4 or 5 days, went up to the mountains near Asheville, completely by myself, and just disconnected.
A personal retreat.
Yeah, it was like, all right, I need time of quiet, get away, take hikes, whatever, sit out under the stars, have a fire, just anything to be by myself with my thoughts and be self-aware. And so doing that for myself has been a game changer. And yeah, that obviously translates to be able to do for my client.
So let's take a break. When we come back, one of the things I really like if you go to your website is you can have somebody ask you a question.
Yep.
What I like about that is it is a perfect way for somebody to get to know you.
Yeah.
So I challenge them to go and ask you a question, and I think they'll like the answer that they get. When we come back, let's talk a little bit about that and talk about what your client's profile looks like and who you're looking for.
Sounds great.
You are looking for Joe Vagnone to be the #1 talk business show. Why? Because I'm talking with people like Ben McDonald, Destination Wealth Advisors. If it's Friday morning, your business matters. And if it's Friday morning, I'm sipping on a cup of black powder coffee because it's delicious. We'll be right back. We are still live on the book, so don't be making fun of anybody.
All right. I think I can handle that.
All right. So that's how it's done. As long as you can keep up with Ben, you're in good shape.
Yeah.
All right. So Julie has got your podcast on the book, and she's also got your website on the book.
Oh, nice. Thanks, Julie.
So she's done that. She want to remind me it's the third time.
You know that thing can move up and down.
What's the problem?
Because you were saying you would have to get too low.
I did. I felt like I was scrunching.
You did.
Okay, I didn't know that.
So we can put it up like that.
Okay.
The camera's over there, so if we can hide your face.
It just kept dropping.
Let me see. Is that good? Yeah, let's just hide your face like that. That'd be good.
I mean, Ben is handsome. For all of you bookers out there, Ben, show your arm. Show Ben's arm. They don't need to see my face. They can see Ben's new.
Yep. I got the next part of my sleeve done because I had the lower half last time I was here and had that cleaned up a little bit, and then we've got the upper part done now. So you're zoomed in and everything.
Turn it. I want them to see the. I want them to see the dog.
The wolf.
The wolf.
Isn't that incredible?
That's pretty cool.
So for anybody listening, my tattoo artist is Robin Patel down in Tattoo Me Charlotte, and he is insanely talented.
Listen, I know nothing about tattoos, but that just looks good. Right. Somebody knows what they're doing who did that.
Yep. Yeah, it's amazing. I appreciate stuff like that because I'm terrible at art. So when somebody's really good at something that I'm not good at, I really appreciate that.
Right.
Because I could
Ten
never do
seconds.
this.
10 seconds. Here we
Or
go.
anywhere close
I mean,
to this.
for somebody to know.
Celebrating.
And we're back. You are listening to LocalBiz Now. I am Joe Vagnone. If it's WSIC, your business matters. Well, we hope to inspire, inform, entertain you for the entire hour. I am here with my co-host for the entire month, Ben McDonald. He is the owner, founder, partner of Destination Wealth Advisors. Ben, thank you for being here, buddy.
Thanks for having me.
So we were talking about your website. I absolutely love your website, where if you scroll down to the bottom, it says, have a question. Go ahead and ask me.
Yeah.
I encourage people to do that. What is your website? People want to go to it?
Yeah, so it's the company name. It's destinationwealthadvisors.com.
Please go there. Ask him a question. I think you're not going to
so
be
one of
disappointed.
One of my partners, Bryant, and I really like that because he and I will get the emails and one of us will answer.
Right.
And it's just fun to have the interaction. Sometimes it's a current client where they don't even want to call. They just have a quick question.
Right.
And other times it's complete strangers and they have an in-depth question. So we enjoy it. So yeah, go and do that. We have a lot of fun with it.
Well, and what it does is it immediately allows you to be challenged, right? And that's what you're after.
Right.
Matter of fact, Julie, we need to do this on our website.
There you go. Copy us.
We're working on a brand new website. Let's copy Ben. You can't go wrong if you're copying Ben. So
Well,
I love it.
I'm just copying other people, right? That's all the business world is. Somebody comes up with an idea and everybody else replicates it.
So anyway, so I encourage people to go to the website. It really is a detailed website with a lot of information on it. So Ben, walk me through. You know, I love asking this question, right? I know you did not wake up on a Tuesday and decide, I'm going to start a financial planning business.
No.
I mean, kind of
I couldn't have
walk
been
me
further
through
away from it.
your history. Now, you don't have to go back to 1962, but kind of walk me through your history.
Yep. I would never have guessed that this was the industry I was going to be in, the world I was going to be playing in. I thought I was going to be a college basketball coach and an athletic director. My first business.
See, you look like that.
Yeah, I
You
fit
do.
that more. Yeah.
You do. You fit that.
Yeah, I think so too. It's what I was gonna do. Yeah, I started my first company when I was 19, and it was basketball training and travel teams and tournaments and events, things like that. When I finished my undergrad, I became a varsity basketball coach and athletic director at a high school. So this was my world. I was getting my master's in sport management. That was the path. I was going to be a basketball coach and athletic director at the college level. Sold that first business when I was 24, and that's when I moved down to North Carolina, coached college basketball for a couple of years. But when I made that sale, I grew up pretty impoverished, and it was the first time I had any money in my bank account. Like when I started the business, I kept the basketballs in the box in case nobody showed up so I could return it because I didn't have the money.
A lot of us small business people
Yeah.
absolutely understand what you're saying when you say that.
Yeah, so that going from there to all of a sudden you have money in your bank account, you're 24 years old, then you move to a new state. You're either going to spend it or you got to do something with it. So I took what I learned in my undergrad and started investing for myself. And as I was coaching college basketball and realized that wasn't the lifestyle I wanted to raise a family, you just drag young kids from state to state to wherever the next coaching job is. That's not what I wanted to do to raise a family. And I was getting more interested in the power of money working for myself, just like in business, the power of other people working for yourself, right? And so I figured I'd take the coaching mentality and philosophy, but apply it to money and investing and see if financial advising was something I was interested in. It was a pretty good worst case scenario because I was 26 and it's like worst case scenario, I don't like this and I learn a lot for myself and I can go try something else. And it just happened to really fit who I am and what I wanted to do.
If I get hungry, I'll bring one of those basketballs back to the
Right.
back to the store
Yep.
for lunch.
That's it.
So was this slow progression that just move you in that direction? Because you seemed more intentional than that. Like you seem to be the guy that you do wake up on a Tuesday, right, and say, okay, I've now officially decided I don't want to do basketball anymore.
Yeah.
I want to do this. You seem to be this intentional living person, right? Do I have that right about
No,
you?
I think so. I think intentionality is important, and I try to do that where I will take the time to figure out what direction I want to go. But once I make that decision, it's 100% that direction.
Right.
I don't like the idea of going into something but also trying something else and you're dabbling in 8 things and you're not getting anywhere, right? You're swimming in all directions essentially.
Right.
So yeah, I think intentional is the right word of once I get to where I know I'm going to go, that's what I'm doing.
And I also think you bring that to your clients as well. Because
You
that's
have
what
to.
they're coming to you for. Most of them are saying, hey, Ben, I want to do this,
Yes.
right? And you help them move in that direction.
It's one of the things I don't understand about my industry. It's so many advisors will defer to their clients. The clients are coming to you because you're supposed to be the expert, right? You don't walk into a doctor's office and start telling them what you think they should be doing to your body.
Right.
It's the same thing with your portfolio and your plans and all that. They're coming to us because we are the experts And it's our job to take them there and be decisive and intentional, not to ask their opinion on what they should be doing or shouldn't be doing. They don't know that. That's why they're here.
So that you just stepped into it. You stepped right into where I wanted to go, which is give me an idea of what a Ben said. Yeah, I stepped into it when I walked into the studio, Joe. Yeah, right. What's a good buyer profile for you? You know, what's a good client for you?
Yeah, so there's pretty much two camps that we do really well in. One is business owners, especially mid-sized business owners. Think revenue 5 to 20 million. And the reason why is there's complexity there. Our CPA partners only work with business owners, so they bring a real high level of expertise on the tax side. So business owners is right up our alley. That's our number one. Number two are the high net worth individuals that have complexity. If it's somebody that's just retired and they need to open up an IRA, then they need distributions. We can do that, but everybody can do that. But when people come to us with complexity and we need to problem solve, that's where we shine. We are one of the best, if not the best, at problem solving.
And the reason why you are the best, I got to teach you that, Ben. I got you. It's okay to pat yourself on the back.
I have to put a little humility in there.
Well, let me put you this way: you're not on the show because we think you're average. Okay, so let me just put you that way. Okay. Yep. There's a lot of financial planners out there. There's a reason why Ben has been our co-host 2 or 3 times and has been on the show many times. So Ben, we appreciate and respect your advice and your opinion. Yeah. So what's the question most of your clients ask you, right? Because when I think about what you do, I get really frustrated. The financial advice I have received over the years has been lukewarm at best. Mm-hmm. Probably a fair description.
Yep, and that's not uncommon. But when you have an industry that has, 250 or 300,000 people across the country doing this, you're going to have a lot of people that are not good at it, right? And the issue is there's decent money even if you're not great at it. So these people stick around. Whereas in most industries, if you're not great at something, you're going to get booted pretty quickly.
Right. That's what happens in my industry. Yeah. If you can't sell a business, sooner or later you'll be gone.
That's it. Right. And unfortunately, it's harder for that to happen for financial advisors, wealth managers. So somebody like yourself, it's a coin flip of whether you're going to get somebody that actually knows what they're doing.
And I don't know. Yeah. Ben, I don't know if you're any good or not. It's not until I meet you right. and I've had the privilege of working with you that I know you're good. If not, I could not measure you against somebody else.
Mm-hmm. There's 2 telltale signs that you know this person is not going to be great. One is if they are only trying to get you as a client based off of their previous performance. Because you can manipulate back numbers and make yourself look like a genius, right? You throw Apple stock in there.
If I would have bought Apple right?
That's it, right? You put any hypothetical from 2000 on and you have Apple in it, right. It's going to crush.
Right.
So if somebody is trying to get you as a client based off performance, massive red flag. And the second is if they're racing to the bottom on cost. If they are the cheapest out there, look at the Kmarts of the world, right? That's not who you want to be working with and trusting if they're racing to the bottom. Doesn't mean you should be going out there paying premium, but there's a big difference between value and cheap. So those 2 things are pretty easy red flags for people to avoid.
And what I want people to hear, we're on a business show.
Yep.
We've been doing this a while. Small business people, what Ben has to offer is 5 or 6 different experts based on the discipline that you may need at the time. And I think that's the real value from my mind's eye that you bring to the table. Because a lot of times I don't know what I need until I need it. I like to tell people, there's 2 things that my clients ask for. They ask for accountants 2 days after the close, right?
The worst time.
That's right. Or they ask for attorneys 3 days before the close, right? And if they're working with you, you can help advise them well in advance of what they need.
Yeah, and when I was at Edward Jones, and this isn't a shot at them, most wirehouses are set up this way. I had to be the person in everything. I had to do the insurance, I had to do the plan, I had to pick the investments we were doing. Everything. I couldn't do anything with tax or law or estate. So you're getting a generalist, which I'm not going to know everything as well. So the setup that I created was I'm that point person. I'm your planner. I'm going to create the plan. And when I say I mean the advisor, right? Whoever your advisor is in my company, they're the quarterback for everything. When you need tax strategy and planning, we're going to pull one of our CPAs in. When you need a conversation around your portfolio, we're going to bring our portfolio manager in. When you need insurance, we're going to bring our insurance expert in. You will get an expert every stop of the way. You will never have me or whoever advisor you're working with trying to play in every field.
And it's impossible to do that now, Ben. I mean, you and I have been around the block, and we know we don't know, right?
Yep.
There's just so much has changed. Yeah. So much requires a specialist in some field or another.
So that's a really good point. I'd throw that in there as a third red flag, but I think that applies to every industry. If you're talking to somebody that never says, I don't know,
right,
you should get up and leave.
It's funny you say that. That's I tell clients that all the time. If they tell you they know, I'm not sure you should trust them. Right. Let's take a break when we come back. And I'm going to introduce somebody I think you're going to get along with pretty good.
I think so. I'm looking forward to the conversation.
You are listening to Local Biz Now. I am Joe Vagnone. If it's WSIC, say it, Ben. Say it, Ben.
Your business matters.
Yeah, we'll be right back. You know?
Okay.
It's funny.
Hey, Joe, picture?
Picture. Oh,
Picture. You want them both sitting there? And you just stand behind them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
And are we switching for this?
No, you guys
No, you
know
stay right there.
you're just going to slide over a little bit.
Yeah.
Dave.
All right.
So you just roll right about
Scroll
there.
over.
That's good. Now I want you to smile. I want you to act like you like me.
Okay. Act like I like you.
Yeah.
Joe, what's taking so long? Come on.
Julie sent me a text. Don't take the bait. Don't tell anybody that we're the Walmart of the brokerage business. Because, you know, I've been saying that for years. Julie hates when I say that.
That you're the Walmart?
It's the damn truth, right? You understand? I'm the guy that does the smaller businesses, right? Julie hates when I say that. Okay, we'll just go for this. Okay. All right. Smile. Act like you like me.
All right. Hold on one second.
I don't want to cover up your logo.
Yeah. No.
Can't put your hand right there.
Yeah, put the hand up.
All right.
All right. You can stay there.
You
So
go.
kind of, when you talk about this far away from the mic straight in. Sure. Ben, you just kind of slide over just a little bit.
All right. Are we doing an article or no?
Yeah, actually, Ben,
We're
stay
gonna
right
do
there
an
'cause I
article
can
with
adjust the
him.
Yeah,
cameras.
okay.
So you just stay right there.
Stay where?
You're good right there.
Okay.
You're good right there. So.
Because the article is not about your business,
Correct.
finance,
Yeah.
it's,
We can do it for both. Sounds good.
well, we try and use that time to show you as the expert and you get a video. But if it's not about, because you don't own that business again,
Correct.
then we'll try and plug him in.
Yep. I used to own a CrossFit gym.
No,
I was saying I used to.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Owned it for 2 years and then sold it. Sold it a couple months, 3 months
That's
ago.
probably
I guess.
why Julie put you two together.
Yep.
Okay, so we got about 2 minutes.
Did you have a CrossFit
If we
gym here?
In Huntersville.
Oh,
Yeah.
Huntersville?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. CrossFit
Put the
Huntersville.
microphone on that side since you're going to speak in that direction.
Yeah.
A
Okay.
lot more audio friendly that way. Thank you very much.
Yeah. And you ran it for 2 years?
Yeah, so it's been around for a while. The guy was trying to sell, so I bought it with a couple other people, and then it grew, I don't know, 250, 300% over a couple of years, and the wealth firm was blowing up, so I sold it to one of the other partners.
You know, when you mentioned premium, I really like that. So I'm a premium trainer, and I work with a consultant team called PT Legends. They do a lot of CrossFit stuff.
Okay, yep.
And they're teaching them how to do high ticket sales. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it makes so much sense. like chasing scraps in any industry is it's a losing strategy. Right. That's how most small business owners act, though, right? They'll create a bad job for themselves.
You know, and I love when you said the premium. Like,
Okay,
you know,
dude.
Like, you know, like, yeah.
When I introduce you, I ain't saying your name.
Don't say my name.
You gonna say it.
I'm gonna say it.
You make sure you say it with some attitude.
I am, man.
Okay.
You go by your last name?
But I'm not gonna say
Yeah,
it.
I normally do.
okay.
Yeah, but I'm saying my whole name real fast.
I want you to say it.
That's
with
what
some
I'm gonna do.
attitude.
I am.
Maybe not real fast, maybe a little slower.
Just because.
This
Just.
is North Carolina. We got
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you assuming he hadn't been in North Carolina?
I just
Why?
say, you know.
Well, no,
I
my
just
first,
say,
first time. I've been here for a year.
A year.
Yeah.
Where were you?
Where you
before?
from?
So
I'm from
how did
Philadelphia.
You know he was a
Okay.
he was a foreigner from a non.
I'm just
from a
saying, if you got to
non-
speak in North Carolina, you got to slow it down. Hey, I live in North Carolina. We got to slow it down. We got to slow it down.
You weren't invited. He probably was invited. You just showed up.
That's true. That's what my mom said. You just showed up.
That's true.
All right, we got 10 seconds. Here we go.
Oh, that's a lifetime. All right, let's do it. And we are back. You are listening to the #1 talk business show in all of North Carolina. I'll prove it to you. 10 years going strong. Well over 800 small business and community leaders have been interviewed. We are live on the book, and we have also well over 400 videos on my brand new sexy YouTube channel, Joe Vagnone Business Broker. Please go there and subscribe. I'm really wanting to get to 100. I got like 68, and we're shooting towards 100.
Let's see if we can get there by the end of the month.
That's right. So I am here with my co-host for the entire month, Ben McDonald. He is the founder and managing partner of Destination Wealth Advisors. Ben, my friend, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
So I think Julie handpicked our next guest because she knows you're a super stud. She knows about your weightlifting prowess. And she did not know about your tattoos, you understand.
Oh, she didn't?
She did not know you were trying to tattoo out the guns that you got, right? But she did know you used to own a gym. So it was a good fit for you.
Yep.
So this gentleman who is with us today, I am not going to try and pronounce his name, but I will tell you he comes to us in a special way, and I'm going to tell you about that once you meet him. You'll know what I'm talking about. But he owns a mobile fitness business. My friend, thank you so much for being here. Please pronounce your name. I apologize. There's no way I'm going to be able to do that.
All right, my name is Ahmad Payet.
Payet. Ahmad.
Yeah, there's a D at the end.
Is it?
Pull the website back up.
Ben, I don't need you to correct me.
Payet. Let's just stay with Payet for right now. We're going to just stay with Payet on the show. Yeah.
Ben looked at me with disgust that I couldn't get that.
No, don't even worry about it. Yeah, don't even. Yeah,
Ben,
don't
not
worry
everybody
about
can be as smart as you, Ben, okay?
It's like, this is a D, Joe.
Mr. Payet,
Yeah, go ahead.
There's a reason why I'm on the radio for 10 years, because you're allowed to disagree with me, and Ben knows make fun of me. Matter of fact, the owner calls that good radio. And so,
That's right.
Welcome to the show, my friend. I appreciate it.
Well, thank you, sir.
Now, I think you are on the show because you reached out to us.
Yes.
Am I correct?
Yes.
I love that.
Thank you.
And I want everybody to hear, number one, we didn't know each other.
No.
This is the first time we met.
Yes.
You sent an email, and boom, we got you on the show as soon as we could.
I appreciate
And I
it.
want everybody listening to know that's what this show's all about.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to promote your show, you want to talk about your show, you want to talk, your business, and you want to talk about what you do well, and of course we might pick on you a little bit, please send me or Julie a email, and we will do all we can to get you on the show. And Payet,
Yes.
Mr. Payet,
Mr. Payet.
thank you so much for Ben. Stop laughing. Just stop that, Ben. He is accepting of Mr. Payet. I'm gonna stick with that.
Yeah, no, that works. He said he goes by his
I'm
last
gonna
name anyway.
go by Pie.
Hey.
Perfect.
Hey, a
Pie.
lot of people
Pie
do.
works.
Pi.
A lot of people call
I'm
me
not
Pi.
alone on this.
That's right. That's
Okay.
right. That's right. Join in.
All right, so sit back down, Ben. I got this. Pi, thank you for emailing us. We welcome you to the show, my friend. You see what it's all about. So now let's see if you can't up the level that I've brought it down to. So tell me a little bit about your business, my friend.
So we are a in-home personal training service. We bring all the equipment to you. So I'm endorsed by Charlotte Fitness Equipment Store in the Ballantine, Charlotte area. I'm sorry, Ballantine area.
Sure.
Also, I run a business in Philadelphia, also mobile fitness in Philadelphia, and I have trainers in Philadelphia right now. Working.
Right.
So I came down here.
Let's back up for a minute. First of all, the name of the company is Excel Mobile Fitness, correct?
Correct. Excel Mobile Fitness.
How did you come up with the idea to do that? Because I know a lot of trainers that will come to you or ask you to meet them at a gym or whatever it is, right? But you formalized a informal business, and I really like that.
Man, so a couple years ago, 2005. That's when the business started in Philadelphia, 2005. And I was working on the ambulance, and I was like, I'm gonna just go to another adventure, because I grew up in weightlifting. My dad was a bodybuilder, and I was like, let me try this. I really didn't know that I was gonna do mobile fitness, but it just turned out.
It just happened.
Yeah, it just turned out that way, and it's been a good successful ride. Not all the years has been a good ride.
You don't have to tell Ben and I that.
Entrepreneurship is
We know-
just straight up.
We know what that ride looks like, buddy.
Right.
Yeah.
So why Charlotte, North Carolina? Why'd you come here? If you say a woman, it's a woman, ain't it? Was it worth it? He's smiling for those of you that can't hear that. Say it proudly, baby. Say it proudly.
So my wife wanted to move
Right.
to Charlotte.
She done with the Philadelphia scene.
Yeah. She was done. So
Yeah.
How do you balance running the Philadelphia location? So the reason why I ask, part of why I sold my business when I was 24 was I didn't want to run a company in New York from Charlotte. It's just, you don't have as much control. You don't know if the quality is as good, those types of things. So I'm curious what that looks like for you. How are you maintaining the quality, making sure the trainers are living up to your standards?
Yeah. So I'm partnership with National Academy of Sports Medicine.
Yep.
And they give me sometimes they'll give me internships. So I had a client at first in Philadelphia that I was training, and he was like, hey, I want to do something else. So I put him on and got him into training. And I worked with him so long that, I showed him how, I'm showing you the ropes.
Yep. Right.
And he was saying that he wanted to do something. I said, well, I can make you my assistant, but, I need you to really pay attention. I'm going to teach you everything. And, as we go, you'll learn. Yep. So I became to trust him. And I started trusting him about, we had something about money, but he's like, hey, you gave me too much money.
Right.
And so I said, hey, man, you in charge.
Yeah.
The minute, the man.
Yeah.
Well, you really defined what success looks like, which is trust.
Yep.
Right. Once you trust somebody, it really starts to grow, and the mutual interest and respect that both of you had will continue to grow.
Yep. Yes, definitely.
So let's back up a little bit, okay? You used to be in an ambulance, you said. That's a whole different world, man. You went from pumping people up to pumping them to survive. Talk about the change, right? Because that's a completely different life change when you get up in the morning.
So yeah, definitely, definitely a life change. So it went from saving their life to saving their life.
That's right.
So
That's right.
So
It's more proactive now than reactive.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it's interesting you say that, Ben, because that's exactly what was going through my mind, right? Which is you are this detail-oriented, analytical person, right? Because that's how you saved Joe's life, because he's smoking those cigars and he shouldn't be, right? And now you're using that in your mobile fitness business to say, listen, let's do this.
Correct.
Talk a little bit about how you come up with a program for clients. What's that look like?
So the difference between me and a normal, just a regular personal trainer, like, you know,
Average.
Average.
The difference between average and exceptional, Ben, is what he's trying to say.
Yeah, you know, I'm never gonna down another trainer. So I'm also a life fitness coach, right? So a life fitness coach kind of motivates and kind of keep the people, high. Personal trainer, you know, we will, form technique, teach them a little exercise, short term. Life coaches, long term. So I combine those two. Like life coach and personal trainer, I put them together.
And my son is a amateur power lifter.
Okay.
And I've learned that how you lift the weight, the form, is really important.
It is.
And if you don't teach your clients that, they could be doing something wrong for years, right?
Yeah.
And actually hurting themselves, even though they think they're working out.
Definitely.
Let's take a break. When we come back, Ben, he gonna test you.
Okay.
Ben's got an article. We're gonna go over it, and we want you to participate with us in that.
Sure.
Before we go to break, if somebody want to reach you, how can they do it?
XLMobileFitness.com.
One more time. This is radio, man.
That's right. XLMobileFitness.com.
Yeah. If it's Friday morning, say it, Ben. Say it.
Your business matters.
Yeah, we'll be right back. Want us to talk about that we haven't talked about or brought up?
No, not really. You know, we can spin off a bit. You know, it's my first time ever on the radio, man. I don't look, man. I'm just watching. I'm watching and learning, man.
You're doing great.
I'm watching and learning. You know, I want to be able to speak like Ben, man. You know, he's just, he's super. He's super confident. He didn't even. I'm
Ben,
watching him over here. He just.
You can't.
He's just.
You can't
relaxed,
keep up with Ben. Ben's
he's
cool.
just talking, and I'm like, one day I'm gonna get to that.
Ben's like a man's man.
If you go look at the first podcast I ever did 7 years ago, I promise it was not that. Just you get so many at bats. Right, like with how
Everybody
smooth
wants to
Joe
be
is,
Ben, you understand.
and Joe's transition from one to the next, and doing the connection of when do I have to go to break, how do I come back into the conversation. That's because he has so many reps, and it's the same thing, just from a different type of perspective with me.
That's I was just sitting over here watching him. I'm like, wow, he's just flowing, like he don't trip up. He just like rolling.
Yeah, promise it was not that way on the first time.
So when we come back, Ben's got an article that we're going to talk about, sort of bullet points. So Ben, bring up a bullet point, talk a little bit about it.
Yep.
Then if you got an opinion, jump in and add to it. Or disagree with it if you want. Feel comfortable disagreeing with it. And it's kind of fitness related, so
yeah,
we'll show off the knowledge and experience that you have, and hopefully you'll make Ben look bad.
Hey, that's it. That's right. I won't be offended. I didn't write the article, so it's okay. But no, it's about how exercise impacts your work life, and so the kind of the science behind how it sharpens your brain and improves your memory and that type of stuff. So that's what it is.
I mean, like so far, I agree so far. So
So anytime you can give a technique or a piece of advice or a tip, do it.
Okay.
That's
Sure.
what the listeners are after.
Okay. I got you. Yeah.
And you being the expert, they're going to listen to you.
Okay.
If they might listen to Joe on how to run a business. They're not listening to Joe on how to get healthy. You understand? So that's when your advice matters to them.
Okay.
And we'll have slight pauses, and that's your chance to just jump right in.
Okay.
Because we won't leave like a 4 or 5 second break, but if we don't kick it to you, but there's a slight pause, jump right in, interrupt us. That's perfectly
Oh, you
fine.
definitely got to interrupt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just
I got you.
Put your hand up, Joe or Ben.
Because what we're
When you
both
see
doing
me-
is making sure there's not a big
All right,
gap.
10
That's right.
seconds.
Okay.
10
When you
seconds.
see
Here we
this,
go.
that means wrap up your listening to the #1 talk business show in all of North Carolina, and I'm here with one of the #1 top Ben McDonald Destination Wealth Advisors. If you do not know what a good wealth advisor looks like, Ben is the person you need to talk to. You need to go to his website, go to the book. Julie has put his information on there. You can just click on it and go straight to his website and ask him a question. We also have Pi. Now, Pi is not his actual name, but I can't pronounce it
now.
correctly. It is now.
Definitely now.
That's right. It is now. He owns and is the founder of Excel Mobile Fitness. His website is fantastic. Also, Julie has put his information on the book as well. Click on it. You can go to his website, and he'll be more than happy to talk to you about his service that he provides. My friend, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it.
But thank you.
I want everybody to know, Ben, that it takes a unique person to send an email to somebody he doesn't know and say, hey, man, I'd really like to be on your show and talk about my business. Pi, congratulations for doing that. No, there are over 3,800 small business owners just in the North Mecklenburg area. You are the third person to do that in 10
That's
years.
it?
Can you believe that, Ben?
That's unbelievable.
It really is.
I would have guessed significantly higher.
No. And
Look
so
how unique you are, Pi.
That's the point I'm trying to make.
Yeah.
That's absolutely the point I'm trying to make, buddy. So thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Now we're going to test you.
Okay.
Now we're going to see whether you're the real deal. Okay? Let's do it, Ben.
Yep.
Ben brought an article. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, so the article is called 7 Ways Exercise Improves Your Work Life. And I wanted to talk about it, especially with you here, Pi, because I think it's neglected of how much exercise and movement translates into people being better leaders, better employees, being more productive.
And before you go any further, Ben, one of the things I have learned over the years talking with business coaches and fitness professionals, a professional athlete and a skilled professional business person have the exact same mindset.
Yes.
And that's really what we're getting ready to talk about.
Yeah, no, you're right. So we won't go through all 7, but we'll kind of hop around a little bit. But Pi, the first one is that exercise boosts your brain. And so with that, there's, without going way too deep into science, but one of the things that I thought was really interesting, there have been studies that have shown this. I think Stanford was the most recent one, that the hippocampus, which controls your memory and learning ability, it's a thing in part of your brain that's in the front, it actually increases in size and results in being better at those types of tasks requiring memory recall and all that. And it's unbelievable that you think I'm going to go exercise and it's going to increase my muscle size. But the fact that it's increasing your size and the ability of your hippocampus to perform, I think it's unbelievable.
You know, Pi, for me, I can remember when I was losing a lot of weight, I was on the bicycle about an hour, 2 hours a day. I was also reading a lot more than when I'm not exercising anymore. So this rings true for me.
Okay. So yes, the brain plays a big role with exercise because you go through your mood changes.
That's it.
So yeah, man. I'm just waiting for him to say something else so I can.
No, so let's talk about the next thing, because that's in the article also. The moods, right? So you get serotonin, you get dopamine, you get these.
You said you were going to get in the weeds, and now you're bringing up these big words.
You get chemicals that your body produces, and it goes up to your brain. How about that?
I'm good with that.
But what that does is it improves your what's called your mindset. It makes you happier. It helps with anxiety and stress. So talk to us a little bit about that, of what you've seen with clients.
Normally, so when I get a client, I normally tell them right, like during our assessment, and and once the client chooses us, I tell them, hey, in a couple of weeks, you're going to hit something what I call fitness depression. Sometimes when you're working out and
I ain't looking no better when I look in the mirror.
Wait, hold up. No, so good. So like when you're working out, but the public tells you, hey, like you look a certain way, but you don't see it in the mirror, right? But everybody else see it. So I call it a fitness depression, because your brain just goes in to like a frenzy, like it's not working, and people like
why all the effort doesn't seem to be working for me.
Right.
Interesting.
Right, it's like weddings that you have that honeymoon phase, right? And then after there's that drop back. And that's when you show, or if you're truly into whatever that is, right? Whether it's a marriage or a workout plan, after you get past that honeymoon phase and that initial dopamine kick of feeling good because it's the first time you're moving in a while, when that starts to go away, that's what it's important to push on through and make sure you're truly committed to a plan.
Definitely.
And that's where you come in, right? Because if I'm doing all this on my own and I don't feel like going and working out, I can very easily skip, right? I just order some DoorDash and watch some Netflix. But you and
I'm knocking on your door.
You got it.
I'm knocking on
especially
your
with
door.
your business model, right?
That's
You're
right.
coming to me.
That's right.
To train me, and you're showing up.
I'm showing up on time.
So I got a question on the Facebook pie. What they're asking is, can you help with where they are now? You know, somebody might just want to lose 15 pounds. Somebody might want to be a bodybuilder. Somebody might want some guns like Ben had, right? Can you help from all those different angles?
Okay, so I'm gonna go back to Ben, and I'm gonna answer the question the same
Right.
time. So I'm a premium trainer, right? So yes, there are many trainers out there, but I'm not gonna say, oh yeah, I'm the best, I'm good. But when you want something, sometimes you're gonna pay for a little bit with what
Right.
you want, right?
Yeah.
So yes, whatever you're trying to achieve, so I tell everybody, I make dreams a reality.
Got it.
I like that. Yep.
You got another bullet point, Ben?
Yeah, so the next one, which I think is probably more relevant over the last few years because of COVID and all that, is how much it improves your immune system. And we've even seen a lot of studies come out after COVID of how much people
Are you sure that's true, or are you just making it up?
make all of it up, Joe. No, but
I got to keep him honest.
Yeah, so the way that exercise, and then also other things, right? Getting enough sleep, proper nutrition, all of that. It's not just exercise, of course. But how much that improves your immune system and you can fight things off. And we saw it with COVID, and you just see it with the general flu or not, of people being healthier human beings, not just because they're in better shape, but also they're not getting sick as often.
Right.
So when it comes to being a business owner or a leader, you can't afford being out for a week because you've got the flu, especially if you're a small business owner and you're set up the wrong way where you're the keystone in the business, which is a different problem that we should talk about of solving. But you don't have that freedom to just be gone without a plan in place.
Right.
So
right.
if you can be healthier by working out and eating right, go for it.
And Ben just said the greatest, best combination.
Oh man, don't be giving no plugs.
Hey man, nutrition.
We're gonna have him here all week, right? Or all month.
Nutrition has to go with it.
Yeah,
hand in hand with the weight.
Hey
Pi,
man.
talk about that and in your business. How do you blend those things together? Because you can go and give somebody a workout plan and show up at their house and they can work out, and then if nothing else happens, they may feel a little better, but they're not going to see the results that you want them to see.
That's right. So we offer nutrition. I work with nutrition, and so I'm not a nutritionist, but I'm certified to give the guidance. But I do work with nutrition, and during our packages, I tell them, hey, you need to get the nutrition that's with this, because they go hand to hand. 70% of exercise is based off of nutrition. Building the body that you're trying to achieve takes a lot of work, dedication, commitment, and you got to be consistent with it, right? So,
I'm curious, Ben, give me an idea of like a buyer profile, like somebody that would call you. What kind of person is that on an average calls you? What are they looking for?
They're looking to change their life, to look better in the mirror when they see themselves wake up every morning.
Right.
And I go to their house and I do assessment. Now, I do turn down some clients because, some clients, they don't want to do nutrition. They just want to exercise.
Help me out, but I'm going to eat pizza every Tuesday.
Hey, man, I have a reputation. Ben, you understand? Hey, man, I have a reputation to maintain.
Yeah,
I
love
can't
this.
let you go out and just say, oh, yeah, I got a trainer, but,
Right. Your clients are your walking billboard.
That's right.
One way or another. And so if they're eating pizza all the time and they're working out once or twice a week
Yeah,
with
but-
you,
but
that's all going to reflect on you.
Hey, man.
But Ben, what he's really saying is, I really need you to be committed here.
Yes.
The amount of time and energy I'm going to give you, the skill and information I'm going to give you, I really need you committed to
And
this.
a business owner being willing to turn down revenue and clients, it shows that you're committed to offering
Their
a
success.
yes, that's
Yeah,
it. Yep.
definitely.
You're just providing a premium experience for these people.
I am.
Because you're not allowing the people that are not committed to even be in your world because, like you said, it's going to reflect negatively.
That's
I love
right.
that.
That's right.
Okay, you the man. You the man, Pi. You the man.
Sometimes.
You got your moments.
So, Pi, what advice would you give somebody thinking about starting a small business, buddy? We got less than a minute.
You know, first of all, I guess, you know, if you contact Ben, you know, and just keep pushing. But you know what? Don't look at I'm gonna make this money right now. Just set a long-term goal. Like, you know, I'm 47, so by 65, this is where I want to be. But before I'm 65, you know, I'm already climbing up. So
Right.
so you know, just take your time and take all the advice you can.
Thank you. I appreciate it, buddy. Pi, great to meet you, and thank you so much for stepping out of your comfort zone and asking to be on the show.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You are listening to Local Biz Now. If it's Friday morning, say it, Ben. Say it, say it.
Are you ready for this? Okay. Your business matters.
Yeah. We'll see you next week.